you're gonna want to talk about Highland Games because I'm sure a lot of
Right.
people don't know
Probably
that.
have
But it's
no
super,
idea what that is.
yeah,
Okay.
but it's super interesting. Like you've shown me a few videos in
Yeah.
class and stuff like that. It's just cool.
Yeah, it's as much about history and tradition as it is exercise. So it's not like CrossFit or kettlebells or something like that, where the whole sport is about the exercise, right? That's come about in the last 15, 20 years. Scottish Highland Games is over 1,000 years old, well over 1,000 years old. It really is caveman stuff. So we have 9 events. We have a heavy stone and a light stone, literally a stone, and it's exactly what you think it is. You take a rock and you throw it, right? And that's about as caveman a thing as you can do. Me throw a rock, you throw a rock. Yeah, my rock go further than your rock, chump. And right, so it's caveman behavior. And then so you got heavy stone and light stone. It's thrown very very similar to shot put. The light,
Yeah, because shot put you throw it from like the ear.
right? Yeah, you throw it from back here, and the open stone, what we call the open stone, is 16 pounds, like a shot put is, and you can do all the same motions and things that you do with shot put. Braemar stone, which is named after the Braemar Castle, is 22 to 28 pounds. It's huge, huge rock, and you can't move your feet. It's just pow, Yeah, and that's fun to watch. And there's all the things that you expect, all the manly grunting and back hair and all the things that go into that, And everyone's got awesome beards and stuff, and it's all extremely manly.
But you're still wearing skirts.
It's kilts. So kilts is the traditional Scottish dress, and kilts have been mandatory, I think for 400 years in the games. So, like I said, it's a lot of it's about tradition. You can't be like, well, I really like my Nike shorts. No. This, you know what I'm
wearing
saying?
a kilt.
Yeah, you're wearing a kilt. That's because this is an ancient sport, and so we do as our forefathers did. You don't have to be Scottish.
Do you still wear underwear under the kilt?
Well, that is the athlete's choice. I wear neoprene like compression shorts, like a football player.
So you
would
do
wear.
wear something.
Yeah, for sure. And there are people that
Yeah, I feel like the actual if you're really Scottish, that you're gonna. Move.
Traditionally they had nothing on under them, but also traditional kilts are huge, heavy wool, and they don't fly everywhere. And whereas what we wear now are athletic kilts, more like a gym shorts, and so they everybody would see your junk. But anyway, so we have heavy stone, light stone, then we have a heavy hammer and light hammer, which is similar to Olympic hammer, but it's literally a cannonball on a stick.
It does sound like stone, like caveman, like
Oh
heavy
yeah,
hammer. Like,
totally. Just throwing a hammer. Yeah, you throw the hammer. Then we have weight for distance, which is an iron block on the end of a chain. It's just manly to even hold the thing, the iron chain block thing, and you throw it as far as you can throw it. And then we have our height events, weight over bar, which is exactly what it sounds like. You have a huge block of iron, you throw it over a bar, and the bar goes up every time. And if you throw it the highest, then you win. And then we have sheaf, which is actually a country fair event that it's this bale of like hay or rope, and you take a pitchfork and throw it as high as you can throw it. It's farm, it's farm work. And then there's the event that everybody knows. The signature event of the game is a caber toss, which caber is a Gaelic word for tree trunk, and we're quite literally throwing a tree trunk. It's you take a tree trunk and you try to flip it over. And it's very, very impressive. All of those, most of the cabers are usually around 17 feet, something like that, 120 pounds or so. You have to pick it up and balance it on one end and then throw it. And it's very, very, very difficult. It's all thrown events. And it's all caveman stuff. It's great.
It's all from Scotland, right?
Yes, it's a traditionally Scottish game, yeah.
So you're are you from, or your family from there?
We're Scots-Irish. So there was a group of Scottish people that immigrated to Northern Ireland, and a great deal of those people immigrated to the United States, and that's how I got here. So a Scots-Irish people group is what that's called. Yeah. So it is neat to it's very motivational for me to participate in the same sport that my ancestors would have done. And am I the greatest? No, of course not. I'm in my mid-30s and I'm 5'7", so of course I'm not like the greatest one out there. But it is really special to me.
It's like a personal thing.
Oh yeah, totally. Well, that's like if you're Mexican, like soccer's personal, I mean, that goes back to the Aztecs, right?
Oh yeah.
Like that's not just like a fun sport on TV. That's part of who we are, right? And Highland Games is the same way. It's part of who we are. It's part of our tradition, part of our culture.
The interesting thing about soccer, though, is that it's global, because it wasn't only the Aztecs.
For
Because
sure.
association actually started in England in like the 1800s, but even before that, you had like tribes. I've heard people like tribes in Brazil and like the 1500s. They had like they played in cities like this. Like this
that's cool.
field was like the size of a city.
Wow.
And they kicked around a rock or
Whoa.
whatever. Yeah, it was like different. And then like the Asians had their own variation of soccer. Like the Africans had their own, but it was all like the same more or less, really.
Right, and it's evolved into what we
Yeah, the
modern
English.
game of
Yeah, it was actually the British, I believe, that started like the association football, like playing on grass and that stuff.
right. That's cool. No, but it's neat. It's neat how sport is not.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's like the the Polish and the Swedish and the Lithuanians and so all those strength sports. Strength sports is really 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 important to those.
Like Nordic people.
Yeah, Nordic peoples, the peoples that came from that for thousands of years. They've done feats of strength. It's been really really important to them, and so I'm glad. I hope they teach it in PE over there. I hope they get their kids into it because, like I said, it's. Do we want should you be fit? Yes, absolutely, but it's important. Culture is really really important. You got to have a connection to the past.
For sure.